Okay, welcome guys. We are so excited. Tonight we are going to be talking about something really important that our company has just been rolling out. And one of the things I love about our company is they are always making sure that we have been in business for 25 years and that we can continue to be in business for 25, 50, 100 years, down the road, because the cool thing about our business is it is something you can pass down to your family, to your kids. They can inherit your business. So you could provide them with an amazing income down the road. And you're building this community, you're building this network of people that are getting healthier, and you could pass that along to them at some point. And I just think that is so amazing. And so we want to make sure that things we're doing as partners right now are in line with what our company is wanting us to do, and just really trying to make it better for everyone. And so tonight we're going to talk about compliance, which is kind of makes me think of like The Office, or like one of those shows where it's just like wah wah, like nobody really wants to hear about compliance, but it will. Tonight is going to be great because Tony Branner is going to share how to do it using our stories, and how we can share on social media, and how we can really get our heart and our message across in a way that is safe for us and for our company and for the longevity that we want. So before we get started, I want to kick off with some celebration. We had some, I'm going to do a gallery view. We had some amazing things happen since last Tuesday. Okay, so first, one of the first things I want to say is when you get to the QSC position, which is the second promotion, you have the ability to qualify your business. And this, you'll hear us talking about it. It is really just building a strong customer base that will allow you to have a firm foundation going forward. Any other promotion you get, you have to have a qualified business. So we're helping you get that in place. It's also going to give you a great paycheck for your position in the company. And it is just kind of that stepping stone after you reach that promotion. And so we have, in the last 2 months, we've had 2 first-time qualifiers that I want to recognize. Brittany Luchterhan qualified, woo woo! And Anka Otvos, is that how you say your last name? Otvos? Catherine, am I getting it right?
Don't call me Anka can answer.
Yes.
Otvos?
You said it right.
I have other hard names to say tonight, so just great. So Anka qualified her business for the first time, which is super exciting. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, well, you're gonna hear her name a lot here in a second, but before we get there, well, actually, we're gonna go there. So the first thing I wanna recognize as far as promotions is Partner Plus, because that's our first position. Once you get started, you help 2 or 3 people get started with you. And so Anka has promoted in her downline 2 people to Partner Plus since last Tuesday. She is rocking and rolling. So Iris Alvarado, which is, where is she, in the US or is she Romania?
She's in US.
She's in the US. Iris is in the US. And then Monica Zekeli?
Yes. That's right, exactly. She's in Romania.
Good job, Michelle.
So Anka has promoted 2 Partner Pluses, 1 in Romania, 1 in the US, and she's been like learning so much. Her and Catherine have been like rocking and rolling, we're shaking all the trees to learn how to grow a global business. Because she's getting orders in Italy and France and Romania, and it's different in every country, so a little bit different. So we're working through all of that, and so I'm just so proud of her just for raising up these people, for being a duplicator. So let's give those ladies a round of applause. I don't think they're on because they're not here tonight, but I definitely want to make sure, Anka, that they know we're so proud of them and we're excited to meet them and just have them be a part of our community. And then next, we're going to recognize our QSC, which is that second promotion level, and is really, where you start to build a part-time income with our business. And so we have 3 people who have hit QSC since Tuesday. So yay for our team. We're so excited. The first is Hilda Hernandez. She is rocking and rolling, and she's right there. Yay!
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Is her sponsor, and is just, I get to hear updates from Jenny, and she's just so proud of you, and she's just so loving getting to work with you and just seeing your heart and your passion and how you're excited to help people, which is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. I keep telling Jenny that I never thought that I could sell anything. So this new adventure has me proved wrong, and I guess it's because I'm sharing. So yeah. I like to share what I'm experiencing, so that is great. Thank you.
Well,
awesome.
We'll have to take notes from Catherine and Anka, because Hilda's really excited about Mexico that's about to open up and starting an international business too. So
I have to talk, because Anka speaks Romanian, she speaks English, and she speaks Spanish. So we have a Spanish group launching, and Hilda, we can totally get you connected. Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome. Well, we are so excited, and you're right. When you share because you care about something and you care about others, like it just becomes not selling. It just becomes a part of what you do because you believe in it. We have another QSC on Jenny's team, and that is Sammy Davis, and I see her on. Yay, Sammy! So excited just to see your duplication and see how hard you're working. And I know your mom's here, and we're just so proud of you, and we're thankful that you're a part of our community. And we're so excited. So if you want to say anything, feel free. I don't know if you're multitasking, but feel free to jump on. And then last, we had our last QSC that we just got word that got promoted in the last week is Mela Bozga. Did I say it right? Yeah! Woo, woo, woo. Mela is in Canada. I can't keep the country straight. So she's in Canada, and she just hit QSC in Canada. So we are so cheering you on, so excited. It's just been really cool to see her duplication and her commitment to just sharing this in Canada and beyond. She's also one of the ones getting orders in different countries, and really from her first 30, 60 days in the business is taking it international, which is really exciting. So yay, Anka and your team. We're so happy and so proud of you. And Catherine, I think, and Sabrina should get another little round of applause, because they've been doing a great job just supporting this growth. And so yeah, give them a round of applause. Okay, well, without further ado, we are going to jump right into our compliance training. So let me pull this up, and we will get started. Okay. We're not going to watch all 45 minutes.
Hi,
so don't
everybody.
worry.
This is Tony
It
Branner.
is at least
I live
30.
in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm a presidential marketing director with the amazing Juice Plus company. It's one of my proudest things that I do, other than being a mom and a grandmother and an exercise and wellness professional. And today we are talking about sharing our story, our product story and our business story. And many of us on the line have been sharing our story for many, many years. And some of you on the line are brand new, and you're just trying to craft your story for the first time. And the story is important because our business is all about relationships and education, creating a connection with people, bringing them into our amazing community so they feel loved and cared for. And that opens their heart and their brain to learn more about what we do. And for those of you who are brand new, I invited some of my brand new team members on here so that they could be a part of this. If you're brand new, our company is amazing because we only have 5 products. which I like to call solutions. My team knows I don't call them products. And all 5 solutions have one purpose: to help individuals and families eat more fruits and vegetables. That's it. Super, super simple. And we have to have a way to share that with people when maybe they aren't that open, or maybe they don't even know that they need something like fruits and vegetables and gap insurance. So that's really what this is about today. And there are some things about our world that have changed recently, and we are having to change the way we share our story, and to be a little more careful how we share our story, so we don't give people misinformation or false information, or maybe give them guarantees that aren't necessarily guarantees. So I think that's the most gentle way that I can put this, because it's frustrating that we can't just share our story and tell the truth, and that's the end of it. But for some reason, that is not the way that it's working in today's world. So I'm going to help you today to craft your story, but still be able to feel that it's truly authentic to you. And that is my goal. So I'm going to share my screen. It's going to be just a little bit back and forth here, just so we have some good visuals to look at. So today we're going to start working from thefreedomrevolution.com. If you're not familiar with that, the password is revolution if you need to get into it. We're going to go under the Getting Started tab at the top. We're going to click on United States. And then we're going to scroll down and we're going to start right here with Casting Vision. The first worksheet I want you to pull up is your why worksheet, which is right here. So pull up your why worksheet, just have it in front of you on your computer as a tab. Or you can print it out real quick if you want. And then the second thing I want you to print out, scroll down to sharing your product story, is your product story worksheet, which is right here. And then the third thing is your business story worksheet. Now, I know many of you have probably not even written your story down for many years, because you've been working with this company for so long. It's just your story is just part of you. But I'm going to ask you, even if it's just some bullet points, as I start to talk, to just kind of jot down a little bit, so that you can kind of follow along and make sure that you are, really working your own story and not just, thinking about everyone else's story. Sometimes as national marketing directors, we're so worried about our team that we, don't spend some time, looking at our own information. Okay, so once you've done that, let's start with, I think the Y one is here. No, that's product, business, and here's the Y. So what we're finding is that your why is kind of a safe thing to add to your story. And we may all not have been using our why so much in our story, but that is one way that you can pull emotion into your story, and people are more interested and excited when your story has some emotion. And if it's just, I first heard about Juice Plus 8 years ago, it made sense to me, I'll take it forever because, that's fine, but it's not going to pull people in their interest into you as much. So spend a little time thinking about your why, and if you're brand new, chances are your why will change over the years as you stay a part of this community. At first, my why was simply, why wouldn't I share this with other moms when I've had such a great experience myself? Like, that would be selfish, right? And now my why is a lot more about, my husband is more stressed, and I like for him to have more choices, of what to do with his work, and to have a, strong future when we want to retire, things like that. So your why can be more emotional usually than your plain story. So kind of jot a few things down there, because we're going to go back to these and maybe incorporate them into your story. And what's interesting is, like, we can no longer really ask this question anymore. We're going to go over the compliance things, but how would an extra $500 or $1,000 per month change your life? Now, if you're sitting at a coffee shop with someone and nothing's being recorded, probably that is not a big deal to ask a person. But you could change that question to something like, how much money, if it came in the mailbox, would get you excited, right? What if you could make some supplemental income? What would that mean for your family? I've had one person tell me their goal was to buy new shoes for their family. That got me excited. I was like, yeah, let's work for new shoes, you know? And other people have told me they want to make $20,000 a month. That's how much would get them excited. But it really helps you dive deep into you know, the reason people are doing this and possibly the amount of their commitment to doing it or your own commitment to doing it, okay? So then we're going to look at the product worksheet. And the product worksheet, if you pull it up, trying to make sure I get all my tabs here. So your product story is really just how you found out about Juice Plus, a little bit about yourself. So it gives you a beginning and a middle and an end. You don't have to follow the script, but it just gives you a kind of an outline to write down what's going on. And then don't think about compliance right now, just write it down. And those of you who are leaders, I think if you do the compliance first and then have them write their story, your team members write their story, they're going to be paralyzed. But it's super easy to write your story first, let it pour out from your heart, and then we'll do the compliance. And that's what we're going to do today. So I'm showing you these worksheets first. Were there any negative emotions associated with before you started taking Juice Plus? What were they? Negative, you know, health issues, things like that. What attracted you to Juice Plus? And don't worry right now. Later we're going to talk about, don't make it too specific, but right now just write your true story. Just write your true story and see what comes out, okay? And then you're going to do the same thing for your business story. The business story on the Freedom Revolution uses something called PLOT, P-L-O-T, which is what was your pain? For me, my pain was two of my best friends were diagnosed with breast cancer. And when I told them about Juice Plus, they were mad at me for not sharing it with them, even though I was a wellness professional. And I was like, okay, you're right. You know, I need to step up and share this with people. My lesson was that even though I said I didn't need extra money, I really, you know, it has made a huge difference for my family. What are the features of the Juice Plus company that are exciting for you? Why is this a great opportunity for you? And then your triumph, what's happened since you decided to do this business, okay? So don't try to do the compliance yet. I know most of you have already heard the compliance information. And later we're going to come back to this, but if you look under what's new on your virtual office, you will see that Randy and his team have put two beautiful handouts under what's new. We're going to use a PowerPoint today because it's easier for me to do this in order with a PowerPoint, but you've got two gorgeous worksheets that you can use with your teams that have all the things that we're going to cover today on there. All right, so that. Now what we're going to do is kind of just go through a little PowerPoint here and talk about stuff. Sorry, wrong share. Not a genius with technology. There we go. Okay. So I added a little bit into this. This is Randy Matthews' PowerPoint. For those of you who don't know Randy, he's in charge of the compliance department at our company. And our company is very fortunate because we've been working on this for over 3 years and having a separate department for compliance. Many other companies haven't even thought about this yet. So we're just way, way ahead of the game. And just so you know, over 100 companies have been contacted to warn them that they have to be careful with product claims and income claims. And we want to make sure that we're training our team members so that they are compliant, but we also want to do it in a way that it doesn't shut them down, that they just feel empowered, that they're not going to get in trouble. I think most people who are attracted to our company are rule followers. I'm definitely a rule follower. I don't ever want to get in trouble. And so we want to empower our teams because no one wants to be the one person who, you know, that happens to, that they get in trouble. So the first thing we have to talk about is our marketplace positioning. You know, what is Juice Plus? there's so many great things we could say about it, but when we boil it down, it's simply helping us bridge the gap between what we're supposed to eat and what we actually eat, the nutrition we consume and the nutrition we need. And everything you think about when you're sharing Juice Plus should focus on that fact. It doesn't even really have calories, so it's not instead of eating for sure. And you have to be careful when you talk about it that you're not making it the end all be all, right? It's gap insurance. It's wonderful, but there's other things that have to come into play to truly be a healthy person. So sharing your personal story, the words do matter. The words do matter. And just to make you relax a little bit, if you're sharing your story in someone's living room or at a coffee shop, you know, no one's judging you exactly. The times when you're going to have to just be super, super careful is when you are on social media, when you are recording something, when you're on someone else's Zoom call and they ask you to share your story. That is when it really matters, because in our current compliance environment, there are actually people jumping in on Zooms uninvited and filming people and things like that. And unfortunately, I think that's kind of ridiculous. And I think they may think they're protecting us or protecting the general public, but I don't think they know our company. You know, they're lumping us in with some of these other companies, and we are the company that is really, we go out every day, we let go of the outcome. What can we do to help people? That's what we do. But just because of today's environment, we're going to have to start using words like improved or help instead of absolute terms like cured, prevented, or stopped. So example would be, I no longer catch colds, and now you have to say, I have fewer colds. We're going to talk in a minute, because if that makes you feel like your story's not authentic, then I don't think you should say it. If you really no longer catch colds, ever, 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 then it's going to not feel good to you to say, I have fewer colds. Like, that's so watered down. So maybe you should say something completely different. So I'm going to help you with that. We don't make medical claims. People are different. Your Juice Plus experience may vary. That's a great thing to say. Our bodies are amazing, amazing miracles. And we're trying to help people fix the root problem. And that's different in everybody. You know, some people get sick in one way and some people get sick in another way, and some people heal in one way and heal in another way. So there's no way we can predict that. This is our disclaimer slide. So if you're speaking in front of a large group, or you're doing a Zoom PowerPoint for your team, this is always a good thing to put in there. I don't think it really waters down. I think it adds to our integrity. I think it adds to our integrity. Like, they're not sitting out there saying, you know, my grandma was healed by Juice Plus. We're being honest with people. We're not about treating or curing specific conditions or diseases. And so keep this on hand. You can find it on your virtual office under resources, and keep it on hand and shine it up whenever you're sharing your story, especially if it's public. Words matter. Here's some additional verbiage. We don't make medical claims, but we can say that if you flood your body with good nutrition, there's a good chance you'll get a good health result. And the other day when I said this last week on our story, somebody said, you know, but people really do get cured. I have like 10 stories and they didn't change anything else. They just started adding Juice Plus. And so it's kind of like a wink, wink thing, right? We all know people who've had great stories. And when you're privately with someone, you can say, you know, we have such amazing stories of people, but we just can't say it publicly because we'll get in trouble. We have to, you know, soften it. We have to soften it. So I know no one's saying anything that's not true, but we have to add context. And because we have our Healthy Living Revolution, we have our Shred 10, one of the best ways you can soften your story is to say, I added Juice Plus, and because of being involved in this community, I started drinking more water, I started adding more plants to my diet, and I'm having less allergies and colds, right? So now you're adding a couple of things to it, and Randy has found that that makes a big difference with the regulatory agencies. If you're not just saying one thing changed your health, but you add a couple of different things. Juice Plus helps feed your body with plant-based nutrition, and a body well fed is going to function better. Of course, you know, but I love this one. I think this is a really great one to add to your product story. So this is the clinical research guide that our company provides for us. It's digital on your resources, on your virtual office, or you can get a hard copy and just keep it on your desk. Anything that you read in here, you can say. All of this has passed compliance. I would say that everything on the Freedom Revolution has not passed compliance. It's going to take them a while to sort through all of that. I'm going to show you a couple of examples in a minute. But everything in here has passed compliance. So if you're looking for some meat for your story, this is a good place to start, especially like, let's say your skin cleared up, your cystic acne went away. Pull in the study on skin as part of your story, right? For me, my allergies, you know, went away, but now I can talk a little bit more about immune system and how it, you know, calms down the autoimmune, which allergies aren't autoimmune. So use that. And I think it's really interesting that I built my entire business on talking about the science because I'm a nerd and a scientist. And then the company said, nope, that's boring to everybody. Now you have to share your story. Stories are more interesting. And now we're back to be really careful. You may not even need to share your story. You can just talk about the science. I personally think we can't get rid of the stories. The stories are magical, but we can use the science even more than we have before. Okay, so using anything that the company is putting out for us that, you know, is compliant, then we can use. And I'm working with Michael Hecht to have a little stamp, I forget what it's called, on any graphics that would show you this is a graphic that was approved by the company. Because we all are, you know, people are inventing their own graphics and putting them out there, and you see a really cool one and you're like, I don't know if this is compliant or not. A watermark, that's what I'm trying to think of. A watermark, so it would have a little watermark on it and you would know if it was compliant. You could use it on social media or in text, things like that. All right. It's important to remember that a claim made should be based in science, not someone's personal product experience. We've invested millions in research, and you know we want to use that research. We want to find a way to incorporate it into our business story and our product story. And so, what about the business story? Our model is called a consumer-to-consumer business model. I call it a consumer-to-consumer virtual franchise. I love the word franchise because franchise is something that people respect, you know, and that's really what we have. We could pay $52 and we have a virtual franchise. And so we have to start talking about part-time opportunity, supplemental income. Your business story is going to be harder than your product story. I'll just tell you that because almost everyone on this call has been super successful. Most of you make a full-time income from this. And it's really hard not to share that with people. I just don't even know how we can even talk about the blessings that have come upon us without saying some of the words that we can't say anymore. Income claims must be framed as part-time. And references to full-time income potential or opportunity elevates our regulatory risk without the appropriate earnings disclosure. So here's the truth, you guys. The truth is that only about 1% of people make it to the top level of our company. And we know that it's because it's hard. It's a lot of hard work to get there. And the truth is also that a lot of people join us because they just want to be a part of a fun, positive, healthy community. And so that gets averaged in, all those thousands and thousands of people that just want to get a discount for their big family. They just want to share it with a few people. They just want to be a part of something that's a mission, right? And I feel that I don't mislead people, that it's very difficult to make it to the top of the company, but you also don't want to take away their hopes and dreams. So that's why this is a really hard thing. Supplemental income is an acceptable way to describe the income benefit of the Juice Plus business model. And when we show people this chart, which by the way is based on old compensation plans, so it will not be updated until we have a few more months of data, it looks just kind of like, what? Like, you mean only 0.6 people make it to national marketing director, you know? But you have to remember that a lot of people don't join, they don't want to do that. Like, that's not their goal. On our team, we call it mission. We want everyone to make it to sales coordinator or QSC and be a part of our mission. And then they can decide if they want to keep going and become a leader. And if we position the action steps that people can be a part of our community, they can be a customer, they can sponsor a child, they can be a part of our mission, and earn a part-time supplemental income, then it feels really authentic. But I want to show you something. And remember, these numbers are averaged with the thousands of people who do nothing. Like, they literally sign up and they have their own order and they do nothing. So those are getting averaged in here. So you have to remember that. But I did a little math work on my own. I want to show you this, which is cool. Based on those numbers, I did the math. So if you're a VF and you work your business 2 hours a day, which I honestly don't think we have many VFs who work their business 2 hours a day. I think most of them are more like 1 hour, especially if you count income producing activities, not just listening to trainings and organizing their desk, right? That means they would be making $8.40 an hour. And we're talking to them about sweat equity. We're talking about, you know, you've got to put a lot into your business to have a better income later on, a more lucrative supplemental income later on, right? How are we going to say that? But more realistically, they probably work their business 1 hour a day, and that's almost $17 an hour. That's not too bad, actually, you know, when you're defraying your family's nutrition products and all of that. Sorry, I put that one in twice. But then you get to SC, and now it's 1 hour a day if you work your business, which a lot of my SCs don't even work their business 1 hour a day. That's $52 an hour. If they're doing it 2 hours a day, it's still pretty good, $25 an hour. So you get the idea. SSC, of course, you're going to start working a little bit more. 2 hours is $45 an hour. 3 hours, $30 an hour. QNMDs, looking like if they did about 3 hours a day consistently. NMDs, 3 hours a day. I know some of you are very efficient and you knock your business out in 3 or less hours a day, right? $141 an hour for the average NMD. And then if you did 6 hours a day, it's still pretty good, right? So I wanted to show you that. And that's assuming you do that every Monday through Friday, 50 weeks a year. So I thought that was a helpful way to look at it whenever I have team members who are saying, I'm just not making as much money as I think I should. And I'm like, okay, well, you're making $1,200 a month. Let's do a time study. Let's see how much time you're actually putting into your business. So showing this, it's all in the way you frame it. If you have to show this at an event and you have to show the income chart, it's all in the way you frame it. For me, when I saw this, I was like, well, I'm going to get to this level. I'm going to be one of the 1%, right? I know I could do it. It inspired me. So it's all in the looking at the glass half empty or the glass half full, and recognizing that a lot of people just sign up and never do anything. They just make a tiny bit based on their own order. So I hope that helps you to explain that to your team members. And then this income claim disclaimer slide is great because it says it's not for everybody, but anybody can do it. The harder and smarter you work, the more you can earn. And the people you really want to attract as leaders are going to get that because everything they've done in their past, they've had to work for. And that way we're not being misleading and saying, oh, just sign up. It's great. You'll make money. No, you have to actually work our business and do the income producing activities. Promotion of one's lifestyle has also been decided that that's a no-no, and they are scrutinized just as heavy as the income claim. So when you say you were able to buy a new car, purchase a vacation home, retire your spouse, that's exactly the same as making an income claim. So using your why, again, to pull into your business conversation can make this work. Supplemental income to make ends meet could be your car payment, right? Saying yes more often to your kids could be Disney World and a second beach house and things like that. Create a better life for my family by bringing daddy home from work. Want more time, flexibility, all of those. It does seem watered down. I get it. You know, it's hard because it does seem watered down. So an absolute claim, my Juice Plus income paid for my child's education, you will have to say the word helped. Even though it's probably true that the whole thing was paid for by your Juice Plus. A bad choice would be I wanted to make residual income, or I wanted to create another stream of income. And that, to the regulators, implies you'll get paid forever. So we don't really want to say that anymore. And that's kind of ingrained in me. I say that a lot. Again, supplemental income. Saying you have unlimited income potential. They say that when we say that, it makes people think they can become an instant millionaire. I think people are smarter than that. I think they realize when you're telling your story, if you say, you know, that there's unlimited, you know, no ceiling on your income, they're probably like, yeah, you have to work for that. But the regulators are saying it's as if we're promising them that the same thing will happen to them as happened to us when we share a story. That's their reasoning behind this. Better choice, supplemental income, no glass ceiling, better choice, supplemental income. We're all going to be so boring with the same story. Quit your day job, reckless behavior. A better thing to say would be job flexibility. And I know everyone is careful with this. I did a 3-way call yesterday with a person who has a plan to quit their job at the hospital. And I said, no, don't quit your job. Let's do this, you know, in stolen moments. And when your paycheck reaches a certain amount, then we'll talk about leaving your other job, and kind of talked her off the ledge for that. We talked about ways to reduce stress at her job that she currently has so that she can, you know, be healthier, but still, you know, advising her not to give up that job because it does take time to build up your income. Time freedom, you never have to work again, set your own hours or time flexibility, retire your spouse, reckless behavior, create a better life or job flexibility, vacations, travel, luxury, automobiles. This one I like. Say yes more often. I really like this one because people, that's fun to say. The supplemental income isn't that much fun. All right, so I wrote a couple of things out so that we could talk about it. My family had such a great experience when we started taking Juice Plus 24 years ago. My daughter stopped having ear infections, her eczema cleared up, and she no longer missed school for sickness. My little boy was super picky, started asking for broccoli at dinner. That was amazing. For me, the allergies I had suffered with my entire life disappeared after about 4 months of taking Juice Plus fruit, veggie, and berry blends. My husband is a doctor. He wouldn't take Juice Plus at first. Then he got the flu. None of us did, so he started stealing mine. Now he recommends it to all of his patients. Adding Juice Plus to our diet was one of the best decisions we've ever made as a family, and we'll eat it forever. Okay, so how am I going to fix this? You know, that's the hard part, because when I told this story on our video that we made, Randy was pretty much like, no, you can't say any of that. So that is really hard. And so all of us are going to have to just rethink. What you could do is just really simplify it. I first heard about Juice Plus 24 years ago. It made so much sense to me because I knew my family wasn't eating the amount or variety of fruits and vegetables they needed to maintain health. We needed help. I love the fact that it is real food put into a more convenient and affordable form. It has 41 published studies. I'm a science geek, so I love that. And it has super strict quality controls, so I know it's pure and safe for my family. It's really one of the best decisions I've ever made as a mom. And now my husband even recommends it to all of his patients. So that feels authentic to me too. It's just more general. It's more general. So that's kind of a decision you're going to have to make. You could say Jenna's allergies got better. I mean, her ear infections got better when really she never had another one. So it just didn't feel authentic to me to change it to that, if that makes any sense. This one feels more authentic, even though it's general. This is one of my team members who had migraines. I've experienced migraines my entire life. When my kids came home from school, I couldn't get up from the couch. I couldn't help them with their homework or make a snack. Since adding Juice Plus plant powders to my diet, I've also been drinking more water and eating more fruits and vegetables. I'm so grateful that I have significantly fewer migraines. The best part is I feel like I can be the mom I want to be, and I love all the extra education and support that I receive from this community. I'm not sure what extra nutrition could do for you, but Gap Insurance is the way I think about it. Juice Plus helps to feed your body with plant-based nutrition, and a body well-fed is going to function better. So that one feels good, right? So we added the drink more water and eating more fruits and vegetables last week because she didn't have that in there. The other thing that Randy said we can't do is say the migraine thing again at the end, because if you emphasize healing too much, then it's a flag. So she can't repeat at the very end, and I'm so happy my migraines are gone. Just saying it once and saying you also drank more water and ate more fruits and vegetables is probably okay. But what I wanted you to notice is how we pulled in the emotion into it. How she felt like a better mom by adding Juice Plus and helping her migraines go away. So make sure that your story is authentic. It's better to take something out than to change it to something that's not true. All right. So Jenna has this problem. Leah is turning 2 this month, and she's never had a sick visit. And that's true. Her pediatrician has joined our team. She's help me learn what you're doing. So saying fewer sick visits isn't going to feel great to Jenna, because that implies she's had some sick visits, right? So she's just going to probably need to find a whole new way of saying that. And that's frustrating, that you just can't tell the truth, right? If something has covered your car payment, you can't say that. You have to say we're able to say yes more often, or paid for our kids out-of-state college tuition. It really did. Do I want to say helped pay for? Maybe I could do that. Paid for our second home. Paid for more donations to charities and churches. Paid for our daughter's wedding. We can't say any of that anymore. So we just have to reframe everything. We can't say time freedom to live the life we want to live. We have to say ability to say yes more often. Okay, so it's hard. It's a little bit hard. Okay, so do you memorize it or not to memorize? Until now, I've told my team, don't memorize your story. Just say it often enough to where it just comes out. But now I think maybe we at least should help everyone have some bullet points and some keywords, that supplemental income, that flexibility, that say yes more often, and practice those, because if not, you're going to revert back to your old thing. I think this will actually be easier for new people because they'll learn it the right way right from the start. And then practice sharing your story to your toddler, your cat, or your plants. Practice with a trusted, non-judgmental friend. Maybe get together with a sideline and practice your story. And then always have a 1-minute version. Usually we call that the elevator version. A 3-minute version, which would usually be if you were invited to speak at an event. They usually say 3 minutes, 1, 2, 3 minutes. And then you have your 10-minute coffee shop version when you actually get to have a conversation with a friend. And that's usually not recorded. In that one, you probably can go into more detail about things that actually happened in your family. Just being careful to not overpromise people of what will happen for them. I'll always just say, I don't know what will happen for you, but this is what happened for me. And relax when you share your story so that it can truly be authentic and come from the heart. I think that is the most important thing, and probably practice is what's going to do that. And the compliance team has offered their help. If you really are struggling with something and you want to say something, send it to them and they'll help you figure out which words you can use to make that happen. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the
Okay, guys. So thanks for hanging in there. I know we went a little bit long, but I felt like it was important to get through all of that. If you have specific questions, I really recommend that you refer back to the What's New section of your Juice Plus virtual office, because you're going to be able to get those one-sheeters and just read those, print them if you want, have them handy. So that'll be really helpful for you. And the other takeaway that I have from it all is something that we're already doing as a team is if you're not having the product packaging in the post or in the video, or if you're not saying Juice Plus, then I think you have more liberty to share your story within reason, more freely, because when the regulators are looking for people's stories and people to flag, they are using keyword searches on social media. And so if they see Juice Plus or a hashtag Juice Plus or, things like that, that's going to get your stuff seen by them, even if it's private. So I would definitely just recommend, like a lot of times we just do attraction marketing. So we just don't say Juice Plus in our post. We talk about our plant capsules. We talk about whole food nutrition. We talk about fruits and veggies, and, and with the business too, you can talk about our brand and our team. And that's another one of the reasons we're launching the Abundant Wellness Source, because you can talk about that being what you're a part of, and it gives you a little bit more freedom to talk about your earnings and your what the business is doing for you, so that you can attract and recruit people without jeopardizing, the Juice Plus company, and getting, to that level of granularity with your posts. So I think that this is really important to think about it from both perspectives, and just know that when and if you do share the Juice Plus packaging, or you share the Juice Plus name in your social media, that you want to make sure to just, follow these guidelines and share them with your new team. And I really recommend that all of you print out those worksheets and use time this week to get your story down and to think through this and work on it with your new teammates, because you want to make them feel confident and equipped to go out and to share. So that's what I have for you guys tonight. Thank you for sticking with me so long. I hope it was helpful for you. And we're going to see you next week. Here we have a healthy happy hour at 8 instead of our healthy family talk. We have a healthy happy happy hour, something like that. We're just going to get together. Guests are welcome. It's not going to be Juice Plus talk, but we're going to just connect and talk and hang out for 30 minutes. And then we're going to have our team call after that. So hope to see you there. And we're going to be launching a new July contest challenge for our team, just to get everyone excited about the Healthy Starts for Families and bringing on new business partners as we roll into the thick of summer. So stay tuned for that on our team Facebook page tomorrow. Have a great night, guys.